4, 3, 2.
And good evening and welcome again to the pre-show of the Thaddeus Matthews show, which will be aired at 7 p.m. on this evening. I want to remind you that tomorrow is the last day of early voting. I am urging you to vote for Barbara Cooper, District 86. Now, I've heard some various things by political wannabes, political has-beens, and then just some political irrelevance who are stating that she's been there too long and that she is too old to be in office. Well, here's what I say. Barbara Cooper, age 90, 91, whichever one it is, has never, in her many years of serving the people of this state, been caught up in any type of scandal. She's never been accused of embezzlement. She's never been accused of stealing. She's never been accused of any type of wire frauds or any other type of federal offenses, as many of her fellow comrades have been. Barbara Cooper has worked for the people of District 86. And I think that she deserves another term. And I think this is probably Barbara's last term. And had Barbara Cooper found someone that she could pass the mantle on to that was already in community service, involved in the community, I'm pretty much assured that Ms. Cooper would not have ran again. Barbara Cooper served over 40 years as an educator in the Memphis and Shelby County area. She's still getting around, still goes to meetings, still driving a little pretty black Mercedes. She's still functioning as a representative of the people. And I say to those individuals who are saying that Barbara Cooper should not run again and she needs to go home and she needs to sit down, who y'all gonna replace her with? Someone that you've handpicked, someone who is a political pawn for these wannabe Negroes in this community who want to be power brokers, who want to control every facet of politics in this community. In the political circle, in this so-called bullshit ass Democratic Party that we have here in Memphis, a broke organization, an organization that cannot finance their own candidates. In this particular group, you have a group of individuals, including some state representatives, who think that they are in charge of the votes of persons in this state. You have persons who are state representatives who put out ballots that charge individuals to be on their ballots. I think that this should be something that the ethics committee of the state of Tennessee should come up with, that elected persons on a state level should not be involved in accepting money from candidates to promote them against other candidates, since they are representatives of all of the people. Those persons who are trying to get rid of Barbara Cooper, who says that she's been there too long. Well, what about Steve Cohen? Steve Cohen is being supported and endorsed and is on the ballot of State Representative Touche Parkinson. Why? When I hear all of this Black Lives Matter, when we look at the 9th Congressional District, a district that was thoroughly mandated and cut out for representation by a black person. Yeah, it was designed so that the state of Tennessee would have at least one black representative on the federal level. But why has Steve Cohen, who brags about the fact that he does not get involved in local politics, why is he still there? Why is this white guy still in the most heavily populated black area in the state of Tennessee? Why is he still your master? Hasn't he been there long enough? But you don't see the Touche Parkinsons. You don't see these same folk who are talking about Barbara Cooper saying he's been there too long. I look at Joe Brown, who is running for General Sessions Court. Joe barely knows his name now. Joe, at one point, great politician from North Memphis. I lived in North Memphis, but I never saw much that Joe did. But Joe doesn't even recognize people anymore. Joe is basically suffering from the old timers, old timers, or whatever disease that you call that from. But there are political people in this community that will fight to get Joe Brown elected. And again, I want the citizens of the community to understand that when we call the name Joe Brown, we're not talking about Judge Joe Brown. We're talking about City Councilman Joe Brown, a former City Councilman Joe Brown, who spent many years on the City Council, who now, and it's bad to say, Joe has some memory problems. So how does he become the clerk of the court records? How do you put a guy who don't even remember who he is, who does not remember anybody? How do you put this person over the records? Well, you just give him a check. You make the second person in command who he gets the opportunity to hire, the person that runs the office. It's time for the bullshit in our politics, in black politics here in this city, to stop. I urge you, those of you who live in District 86, to vote for Joe Brown. And also, not Joe Brown, 86, to vote for Barbara Cooper. Don't vote for Joe Brown at all. And for that particular position, Paul Boyd. Give Paul Boyd a shot at the office since we want some new blood and all of that. Now, let's talk about 7 o'clock. There's some information that I'm going to share at 7 p.m. concerning this federal case against Katrina Robinson. That looking at the case and looking at some information that I have here on my desk, I could very well be called into this particular matter as a witness. Hopefully not. I'm going to tell you how the federal case against Katrina Robinson actually got started. And I heard that somebody on another radio station this morning who's been listening to me wanted to call in and many of my friends and get that. But you could have only gotten that information off of this show. Nobody else has said that. And yes, it did start with former State Senator Reginald Tate. But her husband also admitted to me that his wife had taken money and had used some of the money for her campaign and some other things. I will share the court document that Katrina Robinson used in court against her former husband that names me in the paperwork that she went to court on to make sure that he could not talk to me, that a gag was put on him, that he could not have another conversation. Hell, he said enough in his first conversation with me. And I noticed in the court document that they went word for word exactly what was said on my show. And this took place in, what was the show now? 2018. In 2018, I was aware of some things that was going on with Katrina Robinson. I stated to this community when she was running for office not to elect her. She was just like her sister Killer Coochie. Y'all remember Killer Coochie, don't you? Cheryl Wright, who's now in prison for many years for her role in the murder of her former husband, Lorenzen Wright. At 7 p.m. only at Cussing Pastor TV, I will state to you all that the husband stated to me, which is backed up by the court documents that I have in front of me that she filed against her husband for talking to me. So they went word for word exactly what I said, and I will go word for word exactly what I said. Plus, I will show you the tape from that particular show on January. I mean, was it January?
Mm-hmm.
January of 2018. He called me. I did not know him, never met him. He called me out of the blue and shared information with me. I have not met him to this day. He was scheduled to come on my show live the very next night. And Katrina Robinson immediately went into court to stop him from doing that. And she was able to. I've got that court document here. I will also share with you at 7 p.m. how her husband, she says her husband whooped her ass. I have the police report along with what she states in her marriage decree. Um, yeah, how she says she's beaten. So with the husband making certain statements that validate the fact that his wife misappropriated monies from the federal monies that she received, I could very well have to dress up in one of them tailor-made suits and go on the stand and raise my hand and all that bullshit that they do down there. I told you 2 years ago that Katrina Robinson was unfit for office. But she was handpicked by some Democrats to run against former state senator Reginald Tate. And I will tell you exactly why. I will tell you who former Senator Reginald Tate told me was the primary person, a state representative, who the former state senator who's presently going on to that great political convention in the sky, shared with me who that individual he thought was behind it. So that's what I'm going to talk about at 7. Why aren't you telling us now? Because I've got CussingPastorTV.com network. And that's the purpose that it serves. This is not the show. When I do this portion in the afternoons, it's just to say hi and back. And to remind you of CussingPastorTV.com. That's where this show will push itself. Keons, I love you too, baby. This where uh, that's where this show will give the basis of this information. Now, Tuesday, my main page will be back up on Facebook. There are certain things I will not say and do on that page, or at least until after the election. Because I've gotten out of Facebook jail one day and went right back the next day, and I don't give a fuck. And please understand, I don't give a fuck. Facebook is a means of communicating what I do. It helps me make my money. So, that's my main usage, to be able to get the communications out. Um, but for pictures that I have, I will place them at CussingPastorTV.com that nobody controls but me. Nobody has access to that but me and Dale. Okay? So if anything ever goes wrong, hell, I know who to blame. Ain't that right, Dale?
Mm-hmm.
So I told you in February with uh, Katrina Robinson that this day was coming. I told y'all. I told you. I told you and I shared with you, and state representatives in this state ought to know that when the FB and the I comes a knocking, they already got you. They already had her. Y'all gonna learn I'm the greatest source in this community when it comes to investigative reporting. Now, the other news stations, when I was on the cable station, will sit around and watch me every night. Now, if they watching me, they gotta pay $9.95 a month. I do what I do, and I've been doing what I do a long time. And I have the contacts, and I have the means to find out information, and people do call. So, it is what it is. Now,
Yes, sir.
what is TAS? TAS.
I don't know what the letters stand for.
But I didn't know that the female Greek organizations have gay affiliations, male gay affiliations. Hmm. I hate when folk come in my room late, then they want to ask everybody else what's the topic of discussion. Motherfucker, listen. You should have been on time. If you stay here long enough, you'll get what we're talking about. Okay? But ain't nobody got time to be telling you what I'm talking about. TAS. It's called TAS. It's supposed to be the gay guy's affiliation to the Alpha Kappa, what you call them? AKA Alpha Kappa. Who?
Apple?
Oh,
AKA.
hell, I don't know. Shit, I just do know English. I don't know goddamn Greek. Alpha Kappa Alpha. That's AKA. It's in them when they have that green and pink on. That think they do don't stand.
Damn, that is, yes.
Okay. They be so uppity and shit. That you put on some green and pink together. Who the fuck wears green and pink?
I do.
You wear green and pink?
Yeah.
You're Alpha?
No, I'm a Dale.
Oh. You put green and pink on?
I have.
You want to look like them, so did ass?
No.
Man.
I don't mesh well, but I like
Huh?
those colors.
Do you?
I've worn them.
Well, I ain't put on the green and pink.
I hope not.
I got some pink shirts. Okay. Alluring said green and pink go back. I ain't gonna wear no green and pink. Shit. Mm-mm. Someone said my nails, they color now.
Well, green is my favorite color.
Well, I know green's your favorite color. Okay. But, no, and I ain't got nothing against you being gay. I know a lot of gay people. I associate with gay people. But I say this about political candidates. If you're going to run for office and you are gay, then you need to out you as being gay before anybody else does. Okay? Yeah, I do love hot pink colors. I mean, on a woman's toes, you talking about something that turns me on. Hot pink toenail polish. Shit. That means sucking on toes like you suck on a neck bone. But you candidates that run for office, y'all do know that folks supply me with information. Okay. Sometimes I do something with it. Sometimes I don't. Okay. But I'm just wondering, because I didn't know that the female Greek groups have male gay affiliations. Okay. Yeah, and I got a picture of that with a candidate on. And like I said, I never heard of TAS. What does TAS stand for? Maybe somebody will let me know. I may do something with the picture, and I may not. Am I on Roku? Here's what will happen with Roku. I allow Roku to run me free. I purchase a channel. I pay for the channel every month. But Roku has taken a while because it's going to be subscription based as well. So they have not set up. I had to do some banking things with them so that my monies will come to the right place. They have not. They built everything. You've seen it on Roku. And it looks good on Roku. But hopefully next week, we just got an email from them. And those of you who are subscriptions, your subscription on CussingPastorTV.com will not work for your subscription through Roku. We were hoping to do it one way. But we're dealing with two separate entities. So it will be $9.95 a month, but we're going to have another way for those of you that want Roku. And let me tell you why Roku is important to what I do. Many people were so used for over 7 years of watching me on your TV screen. There's a lot of people who have not come into this concept that TV as we know it is changing. Okay. TV as we know it is totally changing. But for that segment of the community that want to see me on TV is the reason I purchased a Roku channel, which you will pay $9.95 a month to watch. Okay. We're adding other shows. Dale's show should return. When does it return?
Wednesday.
Wednesday at what time?
4.
4 o'clock. Dale's got a show. And it's aired before. It's good. It deals with women issues. It is my plan, hopefully by the end of the year, to run at least 6 hours a day with various forms of programming. Those of you who are watching me, you can't see it on Instagram. You see how we have electronically created a set that you're watching me on. Those of you who are watching me on social media see me on this purple set that we have. Purple's my favorite color. I drive a purple truck that has Cussing Pastor all over it. It catches your attention. We were downtown today, and a couple of white men in suits just stopped in the middle of the damn street. They were walking, got their cameras out, and took pictures of my truck. That's what it's for. It's promotion. Okay. It's promotion. If some other things that I'm working on come together, we're going to do a massive campaign as far as billboards and things of that nature, but it takes some money. If what I'm trying to work on to get the money comes through, then we're going to do a couple of billboards. We're going to do some television advertising and things of that nature. I'm not playing with what I do. And anything that I do, I go whole and do it. Okay? I'm creating my own TV network. In 7 years, with that black company that had no respect for me at all, being their number one payer, first of all. Second of all, being the only draw that they had to their network. I spent $504,000. That's a little bit over $500,000 with them in 7 years of being there with them on the air. I was their draw. I was the only reason they existed. They came to me. I made them. So what I've got to do is, when we parted ways, okay, somebody say, how come I ain't got a lot of fans? What the fuck that motherfucker told me I ain't got a lot of fans? Motherfucker, you must be a fan. Your ignorant, no-name motherfucking name ass here. Where you from? Uganda or some goddamn well? What's a nigga named Bone? You Luku. Okay, motherfucker. Fans, I got fans all over the world, brother. Okay? All over the world. The Cussing Pastor is known all over the world. Known so well that this time last year on Instagram, I had almost 200,000 followers, and that page just fucking disappeared. It just, one morning I went to it, and the page had just disappeared. Hell, I don't know. There was nobody you could contact. So what do? You don't get angry. You just start all over again and do it. Okay? You just do it. You don't let anything discourage you from being successful. Successful is a mindset. Before you take success to the bank, you've got to have taken success to your mind. So a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Okay. So I just keep on doing what I do. Why the fuck this motherfucker asking, do I have children? No, I'll tell you what we're going to ask him. Why the fuck you on my page? Or no, why the fuck were you on my page? Or if you don't, I don't deal with ignorance and I don't deal with ignorant men. You know, I can't stand an ignorant man. Now, bone already though. Okay. All right. Join me at 7 because I'm only going to be here from 7 until 8. It's a Friday night. I want me a drink. Dale wants to play grandma. I'm gonna go see my grandbaby.
You take the stroller yet?
I ain't took the stroller yet. I ain't been up to the house yet.
Okay.
It's sitting in my truck.
I just hadn't seen it.
Dominique is almost up on the 3rd floor of an apartment complex. My other grandson got
Gotta be there. Get
Shit.
it.
Shit. No. But my new grandbaby is doing well. His name is Jackson.
Okay, we got a Jackson.
Huh?
So we got a Jackson.
This is Jax.
Yeah, that's ours.
Jackson. So I'm going to, because I got to take a picture with my grandson,
Right.
so the world can see my grandson. Um, so that's it. 7 p.m. Join me cussing. This is the only place you're gonna get the real information, and nobody else knows. And you know, uh, my good friend Brother Red Wayne, they said we're on WDIA this morning. You couldn't have gotten that man nowhere but here. Didn't nobody know about that but me and Reginald T. Okay, nobody know that. And I was sworn to secrecy before he died. This all started in the campaign when he came to get me to do what I do well. All right. Well, I look so nice on that set there
Thank you.
in this purple. You need to get a picture of this with me in this purple on my purple set. Y'all can't see it on Instagram. That's how they do it in Hollywood. You say, let me do something great and dramatic. Uh, you shut up. What's up? See I got my insignia on my shirt and like on the desk there. That look like one of the presidents now. Get the picture.
I get it.
Okay. Uh, but cussing, can you order a shirt? You want a shirt like this? How much are these shirts?
25 with your Cussing Pastor logo.
With the Cussing Pastor? Yeah, that's the only way I'd sell them. I got face masks too. What the fuck is that thing? What I do with that?
You had it on your desk.
I had it on my face. Oh. Mm-hmm. I said, since they say you gotta walk around with this shit, I have to have one that identifies me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm. I don't know how folks that's got these jobs where y'all have to have these masks on 5, 6, 7, 8 hours a day. I don't know how the fuck y'all do it. I don't know how y'all do it. God bless you. God bless you. Oh, if y'all able to do that, okay. But anything I wear, I don't wear anybody's clothing. Like, and see, I can't read even that. I don't wear anybody's clothing with anybody's name on but mine. Yeah, I usually have mine on my nose today when I walk into the courthouse. One of my little favorite security guards. You need to pull it up over your nose. I can't breathe. I don't know. But it is what it is. I think this is the new normal. I do not think that we will ever return to where we were. I don't. I think this is where we are uh, from now on. This is where we we will be. So that's it. All right. 7 o'clock is the time for you to join me. You want to get the real deal on the Katrina Robinson situation, um, then join me at 7. Get your memberships. Support what I'm doing. Support a black man. Y'all support Comcast, Xfinity, Dish Network, and all of those white-owned companies. Support what I'm doing. But for all the politicians uh, that want to know how this really started, I'm going to read some court documents, um, and I'm going to give you the reason why I could be called in as a witness in this case. I hope not, but if it be so, then it be what it is. All right, I'm getting ready to go from here. Those of you that are not smart enough to get a subscription now, why it's $9.95? Because once I load up the station, y'all do know it's gonna be more than $9.95. I just thought I'd let you know. Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Let's try. You ain't give me nothing to drink. Let's try. At least I'm wet on. You're so nasty. Damn. Like that's the only thing I think about. You need to see Latest face, and you ain't even got a face on you. We're gonna take you off Christmas. Should have your own face on. Thank you. Let's go. Well, new ideas that I'm considering doing for the show. A lot of new things. I'm even thinking about them.
Yes.
Uh, because there's a massive homosexual audience out here. I'm thinking about putting a show and having somebody produce it that deals with the homosexual community. They got a bunch of 995s to deal with homosexual issues and blah, 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 blah. I don't discriminate when it comes to money. All green is nice to me. Trisha Lynn, you love the set? Thank you so very much. Y'all go to Facebook and places like that. I wish there was a way to intertwine Instagram into this so that they could actually see the set. All he do is cuss and talk about people. You need to be worried about these people's souls. That's it. Fuck you. Okay? And I'll put the sole of my foot in your ass. This is not a religious program. In a way. Ty T. Cabo, I'm gonna give you time to worry about somebody's soul, but if you're no longer here. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. This is not, see, I'm not a religious person. This program is not about religion. It's about being real. God ain't got no religion. No. Why should I be worried about your soul? Ain't nothing I can do with your soul. Ain't nothing I can do with your soul. I can't save you. You can only save yourself. I have no salvation power. Man does not save anyone. And I know that you've been taught that we're in the soul saving business. I can't save your soul. Your pastor can't save your soul. Where my Bible at? Probably still. Is it still downstairs? Can't save you. You don't have the power. Scripture says, I know it. I ain't gotta get it. Romans 10 and 9 says, if thou, that be you, shall confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and hast believed in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Let me give it to you again. If thou, that be you, shall confess with thy mouth, your own mouth, the Lord Jesus, and hath believed in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou, what's that word there, the next word? Shall be. Thou shall be. Thou shall be. Shall be means it's going to happen. The salvation of man comes in your belief in Jesus. You've been seeing me on T.S. Madison show. You'll probably see me before long. Me and Madison can't travel over the country and all over the world. We're supposed to be in Mexico. But let me go back to what I was saying. Thou shalt be saved. Quit letting y'all keep falling for the bullshit from the pulpit. I need to preach something again. Bullshit from the pulpit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit that man instituted. That we are in the soul saving business. I can't save your soul. Only you. Who the keep calling me? Please tell me why you're calling me. You just want me to idiot. I'm a bitch with 20 children. Thou shalt be saved. Quit letting folks tell you, and quit folks start telling you about religion. Religion is anything that you believe in. It has nothing to do with God. Saying I got good religion. Satanism is a religion. Hinduism is a religion. Witchcraft is a religion. Holism, if you believe in hoes and getting hoes, and you wish of getting hoes, that's a religion. Anything that you worship. A woman can be your religion. A man can be your religion if you strongly believe in them and that's what you worship. I believe, here's what I teach. I believe in the awesomeness of God. That's what I believe is. I believe in the awesomeness of God. I believe in God. I also believe, in fact, I know that there's more to God than what I read in them 66 books. There's more to do than those 66 books. Because you've been taught, because you have not read, and you don't listen for yourself. You don't try to find something out for yourself. You've been taught that if it's not in the 66 books that King James chose for you, then it's none of God. Man, anybody time I'm gonna fuck you Friday, you about to pull off stage. You don't believe it, that it's of God. My Bible probably still down the pulpit more than much. Yeah. It's not of God. We've got to understand that as especially as black people, that we took on the religion, we took on the beliefs of our oppressor, the white man. Christianity was not designed for the black man. Where we believe in Africa in 1619 when we came over on that first ship from the Ivory Coast of Africa. We believed in a supreme being, but we didn't believe he was white. We believed that our supreme being looked like us. Off the cap, you're gone. Get off my subject if you want. Thank you so much. You love the way I said that to the white folk on TV, on national TV, on Tosh.0. I think I'm gonna go back and pull that and put it back on Instagram. That God is not the white man. Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange that the white man gives you his King James version of the Bible, but he chose, that's the reason he didn't want you to learn how to read it. He dictated to you what he wanted you to know out of your King James version of the Bible. And I know that I'm going to get ready to go. I got to show you. He skipped over telling you about he had a hair like lamb's wool, feet like polished brass, and eyes like balls of fire. You're right, still, as you've been listening. We're the only people on the planet that do not worship a God that looks like us. That's the reason it's hard for you to fight against the oppression of the white man, because you look at the white man as your God. You've been taught that your God looks like that white man. That's what you've been taught. Do I agree with everything that even Paul said? No. Paul was a man. What you read when you read the writings of Paul, you're reading exactly that, his writings. You're reading letters that were going to those various churches in Corinth, Philippi. And when Paul tells me that I've got to love my master, I've got to love my oppressor, and I've got to submit to the ways of the slave master, I tell Paul, you can kiss my entire black ass. I ain't doing that, Paul. But then somebody's saying, and I'm closing now, and I ain't gonna give you the Baptist clothes. I'm gonna give you my clothes. I'm gonna close once. And all that there is to God is not in them 66 books. I mean, you got the Apocrypha, you got the lost books of the Bible, you've got the books of Enoch and all of those. But even in your King James Version, it tells you, and you'll never hear your preacher give this to you. You'll never hear, you've never heard nobody other than me give you this. Yes, there are 18 years missing out of the life of Christ. In the book of John, that's Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, the last chapter of John, and the very last verse, it says that of everything that Jesus, whose real name was Yahshua, because there was no letter J in the Hebrew or the Greek language during that period, if everything that Jesus had did could be written down in books, there would not be enough books in the world to contain it. That's the last chapter of John and the last verse. Read it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. The black church has been one of the biggest bullshit organizations in the world because we only wanted to follow the doctrine of our oppressor. And I keep telling you, he who oppresses you will never deliver you. Ask them about, ask your pastor, your bishop, your elder, where was Jesus for these 18 years? Where was Jesus? We leave him at age 12. He comes back at age 30. Where was Jesus? Your oppressor will never be your deliverer. Your oppressor will always try to figure out another way to oppress you. I got to, can I do close number 2 and I'm gone there so I get ready for the show. You're told the story of Moses at the Red Sea when he delivered the slaves out of Egypt. That had some plagues. And y'all got about a minute and 58 left. Let me do it real quick. Instagram, y'all got about a minute and a half left, and I'm gone. They had plagues like the COVID virus, and finally Moses had talked to Pharaoh. Pharaoh, go let my people go. But when he let them, the Pharaoh was the oppressor. And when Pharaoh let them go, Pharaoh had second thoughts. I've let my slaves go. I've let those that I've oppressed go. I'm going back and get my slaves. That's how the Red Sea came. When Moses parted the Red Sea and the people went across, and Pharaoh and his army followed them into the midst of the Red Sea, but they were destroyed. Y'all know the story. Join me at 7 p.m. so I can give a real story on Katrina Robertson. Those of you on Facebook, they only give you an hour at a time to do this. I got to let y'all go. I'm going to let Facebook go and join me. But if you want the truth and you want to be set free, that's the only way that you're free. That's the only way that you're liberated. Not with no Black Lives Movement, not with no marching and protesting. The only thing that is going to set us as a people free is truth. The naked truth. I'll be back at 7 p.m. Get your subscription, $9.95. Go to CussingPastorTV.com. That's CussingPastorTV.com. Even $9.95. I'm out of here.